Greetings, my human friends. This again is Rudolf of Germany, the tall white alien. Once more on the 7th of April 2017. In the comment section of my last video there were several comments referring me to having suggested, let me see if I can get this straightened out here. It's getting a little bit, so it's better. I had suggested that people should vote for Donald Trump to be the next president as the better choice. Yes, I have done this, and I still believe it was the better choice. Because you people have gained a few months until hell really breaks loose, to make some decisions for your personal safety. And this chance you wouldn't have had if Mrs. Hillary Clinton would have been president. But despite the fact I am blamed that I suggested Donald Trump. And I'm absolutely sure many of you who feel that in their heart have been before fierce Donald Trump supporters. I have told you weeks ago that Trump is being cloned. Remember that? At least the ones who know my videos should be fully aware of the situation and also the imminent danger of a war in the Near and Middle East, as well as a resulting world war. In many of my last few videos, I have been referring to that fact. So, to blame me to bring the bad news is not the most fairest thing to do, wouldn't you say so? Plus, I have pleaded with you over the last 1.5 years to become part of the DNA enhancement program, which results in a kind of shield, of a protective shield through dimensional shifting from the looming catastrophic events of a pole shift and the event of a world war, which will fall shortly before this will happen. All of this, as well as several videos of mind cleansing and refocusing on the most important aspects of your life, have been brought to you almost on a daily basis in the last, well, I would say almost 2 years. And now many of you do very, very surprised that the things which I have been predicting came to pass. This is typical human. This is the reason we, the tall white aliens, deal only with a handful of humans which have been enhanced genetically, because the average human being is not capable of entertaining any kinds of logical thoughts and having their emotions under control, which in turn, I have to admit, is, when we look at the mass of people, to a high advantage to us who are basically living off human emotions. Well, I have to say this once to my defense, because I'm getting a little bit annoyed about all these different remarks. First, I get attacked for supporting Donald Trump from the left side of the political spectrum. And then afterwards, when we save ourselves a few more months of peace and the possibility of readjust our agendas and save the skin of many people, I also get attacked from the other side. But this is probably human nature. There's nothing which can be done about it. On the sideline, something very interesting. I just looked at a video, or I checked out Infowars and this gentleman Alex Jones, who usually on a daily basis several times, talks himself into extreme rage so that any person who is watching his videos must fear that he collapses over his desk at any moment of a heart attack, praising Donald Trump and speaking with his loud and lewd mouth continuously about the worldly affairs where he seems to have so much knowledge about, is not to be seen at all. He has some of his co-workers making all kinds of statements and trying to save face by making the statement that Donald Trump has done quite a lot of good for the American economy and the American worker, who is feeling the positive impact quite soon. What a piece of propaganda that is. We're talking about a looming world war, which is created by the clone of Donald Trump, and there is some kind of a little guy on InfoWars television, or InfoWars channel, and he speaks about the possibility of advantages for the American worker, which none, not even one worker in America, even have felt any advantages yet. But nobody mentions, and of course, Alex Jones himself is probably hiding somewhere in Texas, wondering, or sitting in his car and wondering how the hell can he ever go back in front of a TV or a YouTube screen and say anything at all. His brain is probably cooking right now, wondering, what the hell am I going to tell the public? I told everybody Donald Trump is the savior of the world, and now he's burning up the world. What the hell, where the hell will that leave me in the future? So he is quite silent for the moment until he comes up with some other concept and excuse. He should have watched my channel and listened to my predictions, then he wouldn't have to hide with his big mouth, which came to silence somewhere in some pickup truck in the desert, and cry in front of himself because all of his subscribers are running away. And all these people who are running away have been Donald Trump supporters. And people have done it in good faith because they had no other choice. And American people as such are people who have a very strong sense of justice. I know it for a fact because I have the experience. But people in America do not like to be screwed and cheated and like to be put in a position where their pride is being scratched up on when they are voting somebody into office which is ruining the life of themselves and others. At least Alex Jones should have the guts to stand in front of his audience and say, yes, what Donald Trump has done, what the clone of Donald Trump has done right now with the attack on Syria was a grave mistake. I'm very much disappointed in Donald Trump's way of dealing with that situation, and we have to give him a stern warning that the American public is not going for it, is not standing up for a president they voted into an office and is doing exactly the opposite of what he promised. If Alex Jones would have the necessary guts to say that, I would respect him. But just hiding and letting some little or young boy doing some kind of a propaganda speech concerning the American economy, which has improved so brilliantly, is just a very poor showing. Rudolf of Germany.